It's time for another episode of Local Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. We have a special guest on the show today, a couple of folks from the Jennie Edmundson Foundation. We have Tara Slevin, she is the president, and also JoAnn Jensen, the director of development for Jennie Edmundson Foundation. They're going to be on the show today to talk about some of their year-end programs and also Healthcare Heroes and the event that everybody looks forward to, Dance to the Beat, which is going to be coming up after the first of the year. And all of that will be on the show today. We also want to remind you that the studios on Willow are going to be opening very soon in December. It'll be inside the historic Park Building in downtown Council Bluffs, created through a collaboration between my company, Les Sales Media and Podcast, and Kyle Raney's company, Tailslate Agency. This new space brings professional audio and video recording to the heart of our region, including high-quality video podcasting for businesses, service organizations, and anyone that's ready to share their message. Book your podcast now, and you can get a steep discount and schedule just as much time as you need. Call 712-330-9306 or visit LesSalesMedia.com to connect with me. Les Sales Media and Podcast, Tailslate Agency, and the studios on Willow. Your voice amplified. We have a lot of new sponsors on the show, and among them is Brewed Awakening in Avoca, where you can start your day right. They're open Monday through Saturday and always serving something fresh. Enjoy bagels daily, weekly specials that you won't find on the menu, and warm seasonal soups every Tuesday and Wednesday. On Wednesdays and Thursdays, grab a hot breakfast sandwich and treat yourself to something sweet every Friday. Hosting a meeting or gathering, Brewed Awakening has a private room ready for your group. It's free to use if you don't need it all to yourself. Stop in for great coffee, some good food, and a friendly hometown atmosphere at Brewed Awakening in Avoca. Another new sponsor we have, you're going to want to pay attention to this one. The company is called Ready Responders 130, and when emergencies happen, they believe and they know that confidence saves lives. Ready Responders 130 provides professional training for individuals, businesses, and community groups, so you know exactly what to do when it matters most. With flexible scheduling, up-to-date information, and dedicated instructors, you get hands-on skills that prepare you for real-world situations, whether at work, at home, or out in the community. Ready Responders 130 will give you the tools to act fast and act smart when it comes to saving lives. Be prepared. Be confident. Visit ReadyResponders130.com. It's time to talk with some good folks at the Jennie Edmundson Foundation, including Tara Slevin. She's the president. JoAnn Jensen, director of development. Thank you so much. It's great to see you again in a time where maybe you are not quite as busy as when golf is going on, or are you still just swamped with things going on there in the office?
We are still just swamped with everything going on in the office. We are officially into our year-end campaign season, and as you can imagine, we're very blessed at the foundation. There's a lot of pieces that we touch throughout not only our community but the hospital, and so we have about 3 different campaigns that are kind of in progress and rolling out right now. So it's busy, yeah.
Just a different busy, Todd.
A different kind of busy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those campaigns and learn a little bit more about them, because I know that the Jennie Edmundson Foundation is a place where people know that their dollars are staying right here to help friends and neighbors and colleagues and coworkers and everyone else. So what are some of the programs that you are working on right now?
Probably our biggest one, and I know you've been great to help us talk about, is our Caring for Our Communities program, which really, at the end of the day, it is a system-building community coalition that really helps people access, whether it's medical care. We are also very ingrained in the food insecurity as well as housing, keeping people that are in housing staying there, so that we, as you know, homeless is growing within Council Bluffs. And if we can keep people housed and help them make some of those transitions, I think we'll be a stronger community altogether. So certainly we don't do that work alone, but we are the fiscal agent of Caring for Our Communities, and also then manage the flexible funding, which helps with those voucher programs and things of such.
I love that you're doing that. It's like being proactive. We know that there is a homeless situation in our area, and we want to make sure that that population isn't growing. And
right.
so that's a wonderful program to be able to help folks out.
Yeah.
Do you feel that knowledge for those that it is assisting is out there pretty well? Can that be grown too?
You know what, Todd? I think programs like this help us get the word out. I think oftentimes until people really need the support or services, and at that point they're already overwhelmed, that it is hard to figure out, what call do you make first? What does that look like? What kind of paperwork? And then there's also, we live in a very prideful community and people hate to ask for help. And then you kind of layer that on as well. So I think the more we can help and reach out to people, caring for our communities is a great one because it's a one call. And then we will help do some of that work behind the scenes with a lot of those trusted partners that we've done. So the CFOC, you can find that at the Jennie Edmundson website. But you're right. I think there's not enough information out about what kind of resource can help stabilize people before they get into truly a crisis mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of those things that help is out there, and sometimes it is just about knowledge. Hey, I wasn't aware that this was going on, but you're right that I don't know if it's strictly just based in our community, or if it's an Iowa thing, or if it's a Midwest thing, or what have you. But it's, we are very eager to help others.
We are.
And we are not so eager to accept that help.
Right.
That is absolutely correct. And we see that a lot in even some of our other programs with our cancer center that we work with, because we've had Spirit of Courage, as you know, you participated in, that for the last 22 years, we've been able to help people with their treatments. And oftentimes it's our staff that will bring those patients forward because, somebody else needs it more than I do. But yet at the end of the day, they're missing meals and medication. And so you're right. We live in a very proud community and people hate to ask for help. But we often tell people that accepting help comes at a time where you need that help. And down the road, as you say, there's a lot of great organizations and you can then pay that forward another time, whether it's us here at the hospital or there's just Council Bluffs is an incredible community with people doing incredible things. Yeah.
JoAnn, do you find yourself having those same conversations with people that, hey, it's okay. We can't all be at the top of our game, every day of the year. And sometimes things happen. And that's why, and Tara, I love what you said about the paying it forward part, because accepting help now puts you in a position to be able to help someone later. And it's a continuous thing.
I think right now I see that a lot, especially with our Caring Coworker Fund, where we are supporting the employees that are working right alongside all of our patients in need as well. They are very prideful as well. We see them in the hallways. We see them from any level of employment. They might be part-time, casual, all the way up to full-time, or maybe even working overtime. As you know, we are always looking for staff here at the hospital, but I think they're some of the most prideful and humble people that we see, Todd. So for us to sit down and be able to talk with our employees, and you are willing, you are ready, and finally here at the table to let us help you. So let us do that before things get worse and we can't solve it in as simply matters or short term versus if it gets too far along later on. So it's really important that people really understand that yes, somebody might have it worse than you, but you are just as important and you're here and in our community. And that's why we do what we do.
And to that note as well, JoAnn, talked a little bit about our Caring Coworker Fund. Todd, we are just wrapping up our first campaign that we always joke it's never over till it's over, but really is in its kind of wind down stage. And it was our employee giving campaign that we do every year. And we are very proud to say that we have hit 83% giving from our own employees back into not only our Caring Coworker Fund, the Caring for Our Communities Cancer. People get to put their dollars where it means most. National average is usually in the high 30s and we're at 83%. So we're very proud of that. Yeah.
I think a lot of that has to do with the environment and the atmosphere that everyone there has created, because it just feels, in order to hit those numbers, it just has to feel like a natural thing to do. You don't have to go out to, convince anyone that, hey, you can be able to help out here, because if you're doing those kind of numbers, that means people are already looking for a way to be able to do it.
That's true.
And they see it every day. I mean, Tara, Rachel, Sam, Jennifer, and I, we see what we're supporting every day, but we are a little bit away from boots on the ground. The people that are donating to our caring campaign are boots on the ground, Todd, seeing what we're serving every day and meeting the community where they're at when they come to our campus or our clinics. So it's really important for them to be able to support where they are, where they live, and who they serve. it makes it easy for us in that aspect.
You know, and we're also, when you look from a community aspect, I think many people don't also realize that all of our salaries and the operational costs of the foundation is covered by the hospital. So when you make a gift to the foundation and like for the year end, 100% of those dollars go back into support the campaign or the issue that you're helping to support. And so we're very fortunate for that.
I think that that's a very key part of what it is that you do, that the dollars stay right here. When someone donates, they know that ultimately there's a very high chance that this is going to be directly impacting somebody that I know. That person may not know that that donation came in, but the donator will know that, yeah, these are the people that live right here.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest part of some of the conversations we have, is that they are not paying for us to come meet with you. They are not paying for us to make those phone calls or have those tough conversations. It is absorbed by the work we're doing every day in the hospital, and they value it as well. So we know that our higher impact is being paid through the hospital, and that we can make your dollars stretch even further by not having those overhead costs. And I actually, someone right before I jumped on the call, someone shared with me a conversation online that we're having about, have you checked what the CEO is making for whatever nonprofit you're considering for year-end giving, or have you checked on what their total gift back to the community is? And we're having that conversation right now of ours is zero, and that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's you're absolutely right about that, and that's it's a good question to ask. I think that, and also I think that's one of the things that makes this part of the world that we live in is so supportive, because we make sure here that when you're donating dollars to help your neighbors, it's actually helping the neighbors.
Right.
Yeah. You know, we're also very lucky with the longevity that we've had here at the hospital. And oftentimes, as JoAnn mentioned, you know, our work can only go so far, and it's really the ambassadors and our own employees. I just got a card today from a patient thanking us for the gas cards that we were able to provide during their treatment. And it was because our staff knew that they were driving 110 miles a day, 5 days a week for 6 weeks for their treatment, and knowing that that is a burden on a family. And she had said it was a third time that the staff had asked, "Are you sure we can't help?" That they accepted it. And she, you know, she talked about the difference between buying groceries that week and having the gas to come in for her treatments. And so we're very fortunate in the foundation because we've got an entire team of hospital staff, as well as our boards out in the community, that really help us make sure that we're great stewards of every dollar that comes in and can really make some impacts. So, and I think for most of us, everybody thinks you have to have big donations to really make impact. And we're a pretty small foundation, and $10 to $15 can really make a big difference as we head into
Absolutely.
You know, that's another great point, that your staff knows that just because someone declined the help this week, let's bring it back to them again next week, and present it in a way that they know, hey, we just want to be able to help because we value.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that's a great way of where our staff treat everyone as a friend, as a family member. And we've had that conversation with some of our staff where, you know, I've talked to somebody, I'm like, are you sure they don't need help? It seems like, you know, I'm thinking about the expenses I face at home, much less going through a difficult medical diagnosis or needing medical treatment or physical therapy or outpatient support. And you know, one of them told me at one point, she's like, it's my goal to make sure that I can support them with the gas cards and the grocery cards because they keep refusing, and I know that they will benefit from it. So it's my goal to make sure that they never go without. And that's what I want to do until they're out of our care or our needs.
Yeah, there's it's got to be such a skill to be able to present it to somebody in that way, and knowing that, look, I know that they need it. And I also know that you know, everybody has a certain amount of pride, and but it's okay to meet people. Like you said, it's okay to meet people where they're at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And confidential. It's as confidential as possible. And whether you're in getting care and need support this week and next week you're flourishing and doing well, we're happy for you. And we know that you'll be here to support us when we're in need if we need to ask for help. So I think that confidentiality is always something to reassure people with too, especially even when we're doing it for our neighbors, our friends, people that know feel like all their business is out there once they talk to someone. It's not, it's confidential. What happens behind our doors is confidential, and that's the way we're able to do what we do, because we can do that with the trust that our community has in us.
What, how can people learn more information, and where can they go to help? Where can they put their dollars that they're going to get to you?
Well, we can always support, take donations or answer a lot of questions through our website. Our website is pretty robust on all the different funds that we support here at the foundation. That is jehfoundation.org. And there's also contact information for any of us as well. But we also take phone calls, 712-396-6040. And Tara or myself or any of our staff are happy to take those phone calls and questions. And if you're somebody that wants to support and make a contribution in a bigger way, long-term throughout the year, we're happy to meet with you anywhere we can as well.
So if you did not catch that, as JoAnn was saying, a couple of ways you can do this here. You can either hit the rewind button and go back and listen again, or look down in the comments section, or look in the description to the show, and the contact information will be there as well, that you can do that. So I'm sure that that's all that you have going on. You're not looking ahead to next year at all. This is not a forward motion kind of thing, but I'm making a joke. You got a big event that is going to be coming up that all the plans are not in place yet,
Right.
but want to start putting it on people's radar that an annual event that has proven to be very, very popular is coming up.
And JoAnn, I'll let you
Dance
talk
to the
a little bit
beat.
about Dance to the Beat. And then we can also jump in and talk about right now, we're working with our sponsors on our healthcare heroes, and what does that look like for 2026?
You bet.
So
Absolutely. So we're building into our healthcare heroes, which are event sponsors and program sponsors for the year of our foundation events, including Dance to the Beat in February. We have Spirit of Courage in August, the Wheels of Courage car show in June. I jumped over that one. And then also our Pink Out in October. So how do we work with those sponsors and make sure that we're able to support all of our sponsors that are coming and doing all the things for us that we ask throughout the year? But Dance to the Beat is coming up. It is going to be February 27th, I believe. I have to double check. It's the last Friday of February. And it will be at the Mid-America Center, and it will be featuring live music from the Personics. So one of our favorite local bands is coming back. We had a great show with them last year. And how do we make that great again this year is still on the table, but we know with the music, it will be off to a great start.
And looking back, and let's just take you back to last year, since the same band's coming again. Some of the feedback that you're getting from the folks that went there, because while I wasn't able to attend last year's event, I did see the pictures.
yes,
And I saw some of the videos that you posted. Yeah, you were having some fun.
we are.
It is a great time.
Back to the Mid-America Center because we were bursting at the seams at the new venue that we did last year at the warehouse. So, which is always a great problem to have. But that'll be coming up in the end of February. And I think one of the great things of that is all the dollars that get raised go to help our cardiac patients specifically. And you would be amazed how many scales or blood pressure cuffs or those resources and tools that patients can now monitor their own progress at home and be able to report back when there's an issue. So there's lots of great opportunities to get back there as well. Yeah.
And cardiac rehab is another great one as well that we support with our patients. But people always think, once you have that heart attack and you get home, you're done. But as we know now, there's a lot of care and assistance that's needed after that. So when you do come up to one of those events, or we're hoping to support you before a large heart attack or something else along those lines. I am no medical professional, but we know that there is a lot of need for things when you have heart issues, before, after, and all of those things. So this is a way for us to support that in the patients that are needing to utilize that space. So we have our cardiologists come to the event. We have a lot of our community members that are on the committee. It's a great event. It's more casual than Spirit of Courage. So we'd like it to be fun, a little more casual and fun for all of us with jeans and not dressing up for a night out, but it's a great way to sit on. One of the highest, death rates in Iowa is heart disease. And so it's really something that we're importantly working on, or it's important for us to work on, to share cardiac knowledge, cardiac health, and what the services are here in our hospital and our community.
It's really been fun. This is one of the events where people are always surprised to hear that the physicians actually attend the committee meetings and are very proud and excited to see their patients that come back, people doing well, really driving the education part. There is a little bit of an education that we try to get out in front of people. And so our physicians are leading a lot of that work. And it also gives us a great chance to talk about how great our cardiology team is and really the national recognition that we have through the cath lab, as well as a lot of our objectives that they meet quality measures.
Well, I'm glad that you talked about the more casual part because, at the last Spirit of Courage gala, I realized that I should have gone up a next size in my shirt. I was choking myself a little bit with the time.
We all noticed, let me tell you.
I know it was the topic of discussion because I kept getting a side eye everywhere I went. I can't believe that guy's neck is so tight with that shirt. I can't believe it. So the website again, jehfoundation.org, and you can learn all about it. You can find contact information there. Reach out to JoAnn, reach out to Tara, reach out to anybody that's working there. They would love to be able to talk to you, give you more information about what is happening, and get involved. This is what we do in our community is we help out each other. And this is what a wonderful way to be able to do this. And we'll continue to, as more details come out, about Dance to the Beat. We'll be passing that along and just keep us informed. We want to be able to pass out that information to anybody that needs it. And as always, grateful to both of you for your time and for all of the work that you're doing.
And you too.
Thank you. And we always appreciate an opportunity to come on and talk about the work we're doing. We also appreciate the community. And as people make those year-end decisions, please keep us in mind. We would be honored to be able to continue their legacy of great work in whatever fashion that they would like.
Jennie Edmundson Foundation doing important work here, and always a pleasure when we get to talk with Tara and JoAnn. Another new sponsor we have is HR Helix. And HR Helix delivers fractional HR leadership and strategic people solutions for professional firms across our region, and this includes Southwest Iowa. It's founded by Amy Luckenbill, and HR Helix helps growing organizations that you've outgrown that do-it-yourself HR. You don't really need a full-time executive yet. From compliance and culture to performance and structure, HR Helix turns complex HR challenges into clear, confident action. Their approach is simple, old school smart, next gen savvy. If your business is ready for better systems, stronger teams, and leadership support that fits, visit hrhelix.com. Structure, strategy, support. We want to welcome Heather's Hair Hut in Underwood on. She loves the show and is a big supporter of what we're doing here on Local Roots, and she also loves Southwest Iowa. So if you're looking for a salon that feels like home, come to Heather's Hair Hut in Underwood. With over 30 years of experience, Heather delivers expert haircuts for men, women, and children, as well as color, styling, and waxing services. This family-friendly salon is open 6 days a week with convenient evening hours, all in town with a beautiful country view. Whether you need a quick trim or a fresh new look, Heather's Hair Hut is the place to be. Heather's Hair Hut in Underwood, where experience meets comfort. Castle & Associates of American Family Insurance, your local insurance provider for all of your home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance needs. 4 convenient locations. They're in Trainer. They're also in Council Bluffs. They're in Bellevue, and they're in Elkhorn. They are local, and they're in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Travis and his team will educate, advise, and simplify insurance, all to protect those things you cherish most. Give them a call for your free quote. Again, thank you to Tara Slevin and JoAnn Jensen of Jennie Edmundson Foundation for joining us today. We've got a lot of great interviews coming up this week. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And don't forget, why not make a trip into Council Bluffs coming up this Friday? There is an event going on called Winterfest, and there's going to be tons of activities for the kids inside of Bayless Park. The Santa will be there. The Grinch is going to be there doing bike rides. There's a maker's market, and a lot of the same folks that you would have found at the farmer's market in Council Bluffs are going to be part of that maker's market. And here's something cool. Just across the street from Bayless Park is the Masonic Lodge. And at the lodge, there is a warming station. So if you get a little chilly, you come on in, you'll get some free hot chocolate or cider, a cookie, And the Shriners are coming over to sing Christmas carols. How about that? You're going to find me out in front. And we'll be going live for part of the night. I'm looking forward to a great evening. Lighting ceremony is at 6. You're going to want to get there beforehand. The food trucks, which will be there and lined up, start serving at 5. A wonderful event. We're going to see thousands and thousands of people in Bayless Park this Friday, and I hope you are among them. We're looking forward to seeing you. That's going to wrap up today's show. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.